This evening, Gafour's Houston complex goes up in flames again. Central Housing and Planning on the hunt for reliable contractors. Lord Canary passes on, leaving behind a legacy. The Impact Justice Workshop has commenced. In the region, Haiti is faced with real famine, says interim president. And internationally, is Trump too ashamed to bow to a woman? As Hillary increases her lead at the polls.
From Safetv headquarters in South Bramford Gardens, this is Safetv Headline News with George Gonzalez.
Headline News is now being streamed live on our YouTube channel, as well as our website, safetvguyana.com. Join us. On the second day of National Fire Prevention Week, Gafour's Houston shopping complex erupted in flames. Around 6:30 Monday evening, the Guyana Fire Service received calls of smoke rising from the building. Authorities are currently investigating the cause of the fire that started in the newly rebuilt No. 6 bond of the complex, which primarily housed ceramic tiles and concrete. This was the same bond where the May 9th fire had started. The strength of the fire caused the roof of the storage facility to partially collapse. Employees, fellow businessmen, and Mr. Gafour gathered to watch as members of the Guyana Fire Service fought to contain the inferno. Gafour's expressed gratitude for the quick response of the firefighters.
What about the response from the fire service? Are you pleased?
Excellent. Can't get better.
The firefighters were able to contain the fire to the No. 6 bond. According to Mr. Gafour, there was an estimated $12 billion in damage, excluding the value of the destroyed inventory. This is the second fire at the complex during this year alone. When asked about fire prevention measures in the building, Mr. Gafour had this to say.
Well, we are advised by the fire department what precautions to take, and we will comply with those precautions. The order and sprinklers, they should be here shortly.
Oh, so you weren't able to install them?
They're not available in Guyana. You have to import them. It takes 4 or 5 months to get here.
As the fire raged on, police and private security forces cordoned off the area to keep curious onlookers safe and to prevent theft. The fire took several hours to fully extinguish. Central Housing and Planning Authority is yet to decide on the contractors for the building of government housing schemes across the country. Andrew Weeks, who spoke to the chairman, reports that the CHPA is looking at the best possible option.
Chairman of the Central Housing and Planning Authority, Hamilton Green, is back on that job and was greeted today by members of staff and other board members of the body. Hamilton Green was on special leave for almost 3 months. Moments before he got to the office, I caught up with him and gained some valuable insights into the present focus of the CHNPA. The most pressing matter he'll be focusing on is the building contractors for the housing program.
The major ones to settle, we've advertised for contractors overseas and locally. We now have to settle that matter to see who are the contractors will be using to build the several houses we've had. The whole thing is in flux because we can't make a decision until we've considered all of these proposals.
Okay.
And there are a lot of proposals, US firms, Chinese firms, Surinamese firms, local firms, and we have to look at the best options and also take account of the budget, because if we have to provide low and middle income houses, it means ipso facto you talk about a government subsidy.
Mr. Green said he will not be giving out house to citizens without putting the proper facilities in place.
And some of them will be quite substantial because the cost of infrastructure in some of these new areas are quite substantial. And for me, as chairman, I am not prepared to put people, as the previous government did, to live in an area where there's